Hello everyone and welcome to my channel My Classroom. In my last video we read from the skeletal system. So in that video we read something about the skull and what is the skeletal system. Now to continue that, now in the skeletal system we have the backbone or spine. This is your backbone or the spine. So now where it is? The backbone, also called the spine or the vertebral column. Now here you can see the vertebral column, it is called. Extends from the neck downwards to the hip region. Now this starts from your neck and it goes down till your hip region. It is not straight. As you can see, it has a curve, right? It is not straight. It has a shape of S. You can see like this is like a S shape. Now can you tell now how this shape help us? Google it. Now this you have to just Google, you can search that why it is like this S shape. Here I just would like to explain you about why it is like this. See, if it would have been straight, then it was impossible for us to bend down, or then it was very difficult for us. So, and there are, okay, now let us read. The backbone is made of 33 small bones called vertebrae. So here you can see some small these all are different. So this S shape or this your backbone is made with the 33 small bones, and each bone is joined with one another. So the backbone gives elasticity to our body. We can bend our body forward, backward, left or right with the help of the backbone. See, because there are 33 bones, small bones, and all are joined together. So, and it has a shape. It has a S shape. So it helps us to move like forward, backward, left or right with the help of this backbone. The backbone encloses and protects the spinal cord. So it helps and protects our spinal cord. To keep our backbone straight, we should maintain a correct posture. Okay, now here, as why this is S shape, because it holds our entire weight of your body. So it helps to protect and to make a balance. So when we get some kind of jerk and when we jump, so our entire this weight comes to this backbone, but it helps, so it distributes that weight for each vertebra, for each joint, and we don't get much pain in our backbone. Otherwise it would have been very difficult for us if you jump. Now to backbone, to make it straight or to you should maintain a correct posture. See, every time you should sit straight, you should walk straight, and you should stand also like this straight. Then only your backbone will be healthy. Now what are these ribs? Now next thing is the ribs. The thin, long and curved bones located in our chest are called ribs. Here you can see the ribs. This is called the ribs. There are 12 pairs of ribs altogether. Now as you can see, it is kind of a like you can see there's some circle kind of bones, and it is all joined together, and these all are 12 rib cage. They make a cage like structure called the rib cage. You can see that it looks like a cage. That's why it is called the rib cage. The rib cage protects the heart and the lungs. Now inside this cage there will be your heart and the lungs. So it protects your heart to get damaged or to your lungs very easily. The ribs are joined to the backbone at the back and to the long flat bone called the sternum. Now this is your sternum and are the ribs. So these are the joint joined to your backbone and the long flat bone called the sternum to the front. So this back side will be joined to your backbone and front side will be joined to your breastbone. Last two pairs are called the floating ribs. Now these called the floating ribs because they are joined to the backbone only. Now see, as you can see, these are open. These are not joined, right? So these are joined only with the backbone. They are not joined to the breastbone. What would have happened otherwise? Okay, this also you have to search. Now what is next? Now then we have the limbs. In the skeletal system, the limbs. Now, the arms and legs of our body are commonly called the limbs. We have two pair of limbs. Now, we have the arms are called the forelimbs or upper limbs. These are your arms. It is called the forelimbs or upper limbs. And legs are called the hind limbs or lower limbs. Legs are called the hind limbs. Each arm has three main bones. Now, as you can see here, three main bones it has. A bone called humerus in the upper arm. Now this bone is called the humerus. Then two bones called radius and ulna in the lower arm. And in the down, like you can see, this is the kind of this is your elbow, and below the elbow here there are two bones. So one is called the radius, another is called the ulna. And from shoulder to elbow there is only one single bone, and that is called the humerus. Now, the lower ends of the ulna and radius are connected to the wrist. See, as you can see, the lower ends of ulna and the radius are connected to your wrist. This is your wrist. The wrist, palm and fingers have a number of small bones joined together. Now, there are so many small bones, they join together here. Now, each leg also has, this is your hind limbs. Each leg also has three bones. Now each leg also has the three bones. The upper leg has a bone called femur. Now this bone is the femur or thigh bone, is the longest bone in your body. So from your hip bone to till your knee, this is called the femur, and this is the longest bone in your body. The lower leg has two bones called tibia and fibula. Now again, as in the upper limb we saw that, or we read that from the your elbow till hand there are again two bones. So the same in the hind limbs also we have the from knee to your foot there are again two bones. One is called the tibia, another is called the fibula. The lower ends of the tibia and fibula are connected to the ankle and toes. Now, these both the bones are connected to your ankle and toes. Our toes are also made up of many small bones. Our toes, these toes are also many small bones, and as we have the same with the upper limb, we have the fingers here, and the hind limbs we have the toes here. Now, it is a fact, total number of forelimbs and hind limbs in human body are 33. So, how many bones are there in the forelimbs and the hind limbs? There are 33 bones are there. Now, the limbs are attached to the girdles in our body. The limbs are attached to the girdles. A pair of shoulder or pectoral girdles. One thing, upper limbs are attached to the backbones with the help of pectoral girdle. Yani your hand, right? That is called attached to your backbone. A pair of hip or pelvic girdles, lower limbs are attached to the backbone with the help of hip or pelvic girdle. Now then we have the joints. A joint is a place where two or more bones meet. Joint means that like you can say where two bones, these two bones are joined here. Okay, they are held together by strong connective tissue called ligament. Now when two bones join with something, that is called the ligaments. We can move our body with the help of joints. So these joints help us to move our body. Our body has more than 100 joints. So they help in the movement of different parts of our body. As you can see, if I just do this so there are so many bones are working now, right? And all these are also I am able to. So these small bones are joint here, like here on your wrist. Then only I'll be able to move my hand like this. Then there are two types of joints in our body, immovable joints and movable joints. See, once again now, as spinal help us to move, to stretch, to move left, right, front and back. So the same thing we have with the joints also. Immovable joints do not permit movement of bones. They simply join the two bones. These joints are found in the bones of skull and pelvis. Immovable means you cannot move it. Do not permit movement of bones. They simply join the two bones. These joints are found in the bones of skull and pelvis. Movable joints allow movement of bones in various directions. On the basis of the shape and function, the movable joints are of four types. So there are four types of movable function. Now this next part we will read now in the next video. Till then, keep learning. Happy learning. Thank you.